Ever since having my daughter 9 months ago, I have been thinking every single day about what I'm going to do with my career. I'm due back to my corporate job in a couple of months, but the thought of putting her into daycare kills me. So I'm hoping to use the remainder of my maternity leave to build a business, something I'm passionate about, something I love, and most importantly, something that can afford me the flexibility to stay at home with my baby. So I am going to start a photography side hustle. Absolutely no business experience. And in this video, I'm just hoping to capture the behind the scenes as I figure it all out while trying to balance being a mom for the first time. So recently we went and did a mini photo shoot with my husband and my baby. And it was literally the most beautiful experience. Our photographer was absolutely amazing. And it was just so fun and a beautiful way to capture like my baby at her current age. And that experience really inspired this idea. I have been into photography my entire life. And since I already own all the equipment, I figured like, why not give it a shot? Like I want to be that person who helps families capture the beautiful moments, especially with their children at that age. On a random Tuesday afternoon, I just am going to start a photography business. Okay, because I'm the type of person who gets an idea and acts on it straight away, I am now going to be texting all my mum friends. So luckily I now know quite a few mums just from being in like mummies group and being a mum myself. So I'm gonna text my friends and ask them if I can take photos of them and their kids for free in exchange for being able to post their photos onto like my social media to build a social media presence and like a business page. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel nervous about this. Like I have been doing content for a couple of years now, and whenever someone asks me about starting, I'm always like, it's not that scary. Like you just gotta go for it. But I feel like this is more intimidating because I'm doing something for someone else. What's the worst that could happen? People can say no, and that's fine. Like I'm not nervous, I swear, it's fine. All right, message is sent. Okay, I'm so nervous because today I'm doing my first ever shoot. I told my best friend about like my new idea for what I want to do. And of course, like being the supportive friend she is, she wants me to go to her place and take photos of her and her cat, as well as do some photos with my baby as well. So let's go, and I guess I'll tell you a little bit more about like why I want to do this. Let me just grab my baby, we'll head out and we'll talk there. After becoming a mum and meeting lots of other mums, I've realized we all have the same collective thought, and it's the fact that even though we were really career driven before and like never envisioned our lives not working, the idea of having to go back to work after maternity leave is completely wild. And I know that everyone talks about the identity shift of when you become a mother. Like what you care about changes so much. Like maybe I was naive. Like maybe I just thought, oh, it wouldn't be me because like I genuinely loved my career so much. But at the same time, I also had like an inkling that I felt like I needed something different. I've been a change manager for 8 years, and 8 years is such a long time, and I was starting to feel like I was running out of fuel. And then now that I'm a mom, having those mixed feelings of not wanting to be away from my baby, it really exaggerated the feeling that I don't want to go back to this career. It's not that I hate my job. I'm starting to feel the need to do something else, and also the motherly instinct of not wanting to be away from my baby. So that's why I really feel like whilst I have the time off, I want to put some of my efforts into building something of my own, and maybe that I could return part-time and do my side business as well as being a mom. I'm not saying that I want to quit my full-time job and become a full-time stay-at-home mom. And there is absolutely no disrespect for stay-at-home moms. Like I think it is the hardest job, and I think that's the reason why I don't want to do it. Like I don't think I have the level of dedication and grit it requires to be a full-time mom. I guess what I'm saying is that I'm just at this like crossroads in my life right now. I really want to focus on our baby, especially while she's so young, but I also know it's not forever. She's not going to need me this much forever, and I need to think about, you know, when she goes to school, what am I going to do with all the time on my hands? Like, what am I going to do with my career and my job? So now that I'm on leave, I just want to use it as a sabbatical to build something and just give myself a chance, you know? Given an update. So I actually think we're going pretty well. I have not done any paid work yet, and I don't expect to be getting paid this early anyway. Like, I'm really just trying to build up my portfolio. I have done many test shots with my husband and my baby. I've done some for family. At first, when I started, I really wanted to get really good at like sunset golden hour shots, just because like I love seeing those photos. But what I've really fallen in love with is kind of doing like lifestyle shoots. I did some really quick photos of like my parents just interacting and playing with my own baby. I just love like how authentic those vibes are. So I would love to get more into those type of photos. But today I'm doing my first like non-family shoot. She's one of the girls from my mummy's group, and we're doing beachside photos with like her husband and her baby. So yesterday I made Will go to the location with me. This is a beach that I'm so familiar with. Like, we've gone there 100 times. So I'm really familiar with the place, but seeing it from a photographer's perspective is really different. So we went yesterday, tested out the lighting, where's the best spots. I feel somewhat ready, but I still can't lie and say I'm not nervous about this. So I'm gonna go do that shoot now and hopefully have something positive to share afterwards. I am back on the couch, I'm back from the shoot, and I didn't do any vlogging when I was out because like I was already like overwhelmed and nervous enough. But I just wanted to share some thoughts about that shoot because I thought it was so nice to get out of the house. Recently, my baby has not been sleeping well at all. If you want to watch me like have a mental breakdown about that, like that, it's linked here. Because she hasn't been sleeping well, I have been obsessing about, as a modern parent, like we're always on ChatGPT, like, you know, this is what's happening, like, is this okay? And I feel like the last couple of days I've really been spiraling. But because I actually went out today to do something completely away from my baby, I felt very, I don't want to say the word free. I felt like I was able to leave like my home life behind and go do something completely different. And I'm looking through these photos and I love them. Like, I'm trying to do a little bit of editing right now, and I can't lie to you, I don't think I love the photo editing process. If you don't know, I've actually been doing social media and content, like mainly short form on TikTok for a really long time, and I love the video editing process, and that's why I've been able to stick with it for so long, because I just love like making content. But I feel like editing photos is much less satisfying, but I do think the results are absolutely beautiful and they make me so proud. Like, I know of course like I'm just a beginner and there's heaps of room for improvement, but I'm so proud already. I'm excited to have something to start uploading on Instagram. I feel really positive about this. Hey guys, so I wanted to give you a bit of an update. We had our first kind of roadblock in this whole side business photography situation. So remember how last time I updated you, I said I wanted to do more like lifestyle photos, and like what I mean by that is kind of like candid photos. You know, you don't go to a location. Like, I want to do a take photos at someone's house, and mom and dad will interact with their babies, and I'm just taking photos like of those moments. And I have been very fortunate, and someone actually found my Instagram, and I had said on my bio that I was giving away free photo shoots. I'll do the shoot for you. They can have 5 photos for free, but if they would like, they can upgrade the package and purchase the whole gallery. So someone had actually shared my Instagram with their friends, and a couple of people booked in with me, and one mom like really loved the idea of the lifestyle photos. So that was yesterday. and I wanted to give an update like straight afterwards, but I actually felt like I had a lot of things to process out of that shoot because I felt so disappointed in myself because I have been doing a lot of like beach and sunset photos like out at a park or locations that I can go and scout out like prior to the session. I have been feeling quite confident, but because this is my first time in their house, like I don't know what are the good spots, like where I can get the best light. I think I took on too much too soon. After the shoot, I actually felt really disappointed in the photos I took. And on the drive home, like I was being so weird. Like because they're not like my friends. Yeah, technically they're a client that I don't know. I was thinking, oh, maybe I should just ghost them. Like, what? Seriously thinking like maybe I should just like not send them their photos. Maybe I can just ghost them and like delete my account because I felt like I was so disappointed in them. I just don't even want anyone to see. And looking at it with a clearer head today, of course I know that like that's not a rational thing to do, but at the time, like yesterday, I really was thinking like maybe I should just give up this whole thing, pretend it never happened, and like never speak about it again. This morning I looked at the photos again and they weren't actually that bad. The process of getting those photos really threw me because I wasn't able to prepare. Like I'm the type of person who, if I know I have a meeting, I'm going to like write down everything I want to say because I want to go into a situation prepared. Like I'm not the type of person who can just like wing it. So this morning when I was editing the photos, I was thinking to just send the whole gallery for free. But then I thought, you know, I am a beginner. Clients do know that. And I wonder if I am being too hard on myself. Like, okay, I'm just going to show you the photos. You let me know. What do you think about them? Do you get the vibe? Am I being too hard on myself or like they're straight up bad? But ultimately what I decided is that I will stick to my original plan and send the gallery for the parents to preview, and if they would like to, they can purchase. I know I tend to be quite hard on myself, even at the beginning stages of a new project, but I also know I'm trying to start a business. Like I know I have to start from somewhere, so I don't want to sell myself short. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens. Like, what's the worst that could happen? The worst thing is that they don't want to buy the photos and they think I'm crap. So, and that's okay. I can live with that. Like, I've already processed it.
I just got a DM from the mum and she says she actually loved the photos and wants to buy the whole thing. Like, oh my God.
I want to give my last and final update on this journey of starting a photography side business during my maternity leave. So I have decided to not continue this. I know, I do feel a little bit guilty to give up on this idea, and the reason why is it kind of feels like it's yet another thing in my life that I've decided to give up on, but I also know that I don't feel passionate about it. And okay, hear me out. The content that I make as a change manager and a content creator makes me feel really proud. And even when I first started being a content creator and I knew the videos weren't like that good, I still felt really happy to make them. But I don't feel that way at all about taking the photos. I think I feel happy with the end product, but like I'm not excited about the process. So I feel like that's telling me that this is not the right thing for me. So I would rather have invested the last 2 months into this experiment rather than and go down a path that my heart tells me is not the right thing for me. I do feel guilty for giving this up because it feels like I've wasted my time, but at the same time, like I know I've learned so much from this process already. Finding the courage to start something new, reaching out to people to tell them I'm doing this thing and leaning on them for support, starting an Instagram page and a business page. Like I actually learned so much from this journey. So I don't think I wasted that much of my time. So I'm definitely going to keep trying things, throwing things out there and see what works. If you're a mom who's still trying to figure out what's next for you, or if you're ahead of me on the journey and you've found something that you want to do, please let me know. I would love to hear your story. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.